Hello, welcome to Actual Play, Scum and Villainy. We are back on the Persephone, and last we left off, things were going just super smooth. We were just going from Rin to Iota, and Legion 51 just wanted to check in, make sure we were all doing okay. We all had our seatbelts on. Anyway, I'm Sean Nittner. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to be playing Whisper, whose real name is Sashi Oniyama, but for this episode, he's going to be Hank Dumfrey. I'm excited to see if we can get past this border patrol to actually get this score started. How about you, Lauren?
Hi, yes, I'm Lauren. I use she, they, and I'm playing Dipper the Station. Dipper is an Urbot who has 2 cores currently. Maybe is an ancient being. We'll find out potentially. And both myself and Dipper are frantically trying to look up robot name generated stuff for an alias because that's going to be relevant, I imagine, quite soon. How about you, Steven?
Hey everybody, I'm Steven at Silent Osiris on the internet. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Scion. The O is a 0. Thank you. Okay, I gotta remember.
Maybe it's just part of the outro. Maybe the O is a 0 is only in our outro.
Yeah. It's got that like end of game zinger feel to it.
Yeah.
I play Scion, a mystic whose real name is Andrew Yej. I think it's Andrew.
I think it's Alexander.
Alexander? That sounds more right.
Yeah.
I don't know what name. Emperor's name in there, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny because my name is Sasha and your name is Alex, and Sasha is short for Alexander. So anyway, this is not a thing that we did intentionally, but I looked at that later and I was like, cool, awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, Angel and Spike are both named William. Like they just,
Technically, Angel is Liam. Please,
yes,
he is not English.
But Liam is just a shortening of William.
Absolutely.
So, anyway.
Sorry, I since you're bringing up fandom, sorry, go on.
Right.
Sometimes people have the same name. It's the way it works.
I know.
I don't know that I've fully decided on an alias for today's episode, but I know that we are definitely going to need one.
Yeah.
Jen, tell us about yourself.
Hello, I'm Jen Martin. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Samara Vosa, the scoundrel, aka Fina Set. She had absolutely no trouble getting an alias together. It's almost like she has a bunch of them in her pocket at any given time at all. So this ought to be fun. I totally stole the name from a Star Wars character I had way back in the day,
nice.
Who was also a scoundrel. So it felt right to me. Strash, what about you?
Do you happen to have a false ID in your pocket? I forget. I know one of the character classes has a false ID that they can just like whip out.
I have forged documents. Yeah.
There you go. You're the legit one. You're just like, oh yes, I'm prepared. What's up? Cool. I'm Strash. He, him pronouns. You can find me at Strash A on the internets. And right, I'm supposed to be running this game. Let's do that. It's way too early in the morning for me. Cool. So last time on Scum and Villainy, I believe that after extracting yourself from planet Ono's Mega, you managed to get back only to find out that the political situation in the sector has changed largely due to the actions of one intrepid crew, if it only weren't for those pesky kids. And so after some soul searching and role playing and appeals to emotion, you have managed to convince our pirate queen, Alonda, to cross sectors, go through gates, and have a potential meeting with the Lost Legion, who were a once proud and mighty, well-equipped unit hiding out in the Iota sector, and now are a slightly on fire, having problems military unit hiding in the Iota sector. So yeah, I believe last time, if we were doing the last time on Scum and Villainy, we saw the ship that you folks are on is pulling up to the gate, and there is a routine patrol. So like all the ships are like lined up, and there's a couple of Legion vessels that generally just make sure that the gate is fine, and also make sure that people aren't skipping lines or bumping each other, doing whatever. And as like the standard little like customs vessel is coming by and scanning ships, they look at your crew manifest, as it were, and Scion's face comes by, and a certain purple and gold clad individual says, no, we gotta take a closer look at that one. So fortunately, you wonderful smart people spent an inordinate amount of money procuring some guild level tech to have people sort of Spider-Man webbed with some black nano mesh to the outside of your ship. And that actually resisted scans. We know that for a fact. But they basically tell you to heave to and prepare to be boarded. You're just going to have like an inspection. They don't go into details too much because it's the Legion. And
I think Whisper pushes back just a little bit, just be like, hey, this is Whisper from the Persephone. What seems to be the problem? We're on a timetable here, folks. We gotta make it to Iota soon. He I know this isn't gonna work, but he kind of like tries to push back. He's like, could you tell me why we're getting pulled over? Or why we're getting stopped?
Let me just I'm gonna roll a couple of dice here on my phones just to kind of get the attitude. Like, are they being friendly? Are they? Well, actually, I'll tell you what, Sean. Do you actually want this information?
Yeah.
In which case, why don't you tell me? Is there an action maybe you can roll, or we can use as a fortune roll to see what you can get out of the person?
Sense right now.
Consort sounds exactly like the right.
Because I feel like I'm
why don't you roll some consort dice?
Very convivial and.
Yeah. I think it's super controlled right now. So maybe, or actually, I'll tell you what. Let's make it. If you make it risky, you might actually get more information. But if you use consort, you roll well enough, it might just be good information. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take risky.
All right, great. We're gonna put one gambit on the board because this is the start of a job, and it always resets to that. Oh no, two gambits on the board. We have a scoundrel on board.
Yeah, I got it on the sheet right now.
All right, cool,
yeah.
rad.
All right, I'm not gonna spend a gambit on this. Who's co-piloting with me right now?
And I feel like that would be me.
Awesome. So I think I look to you and be like, I like mute them for a second. I'm like, give me some shit. Start yelling in my ear. Tell me we got a deadline to make. I'm asking for an assist if you're up for it. And then I like unmute it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, are you shitting me? Those hegemony assholes! I can't believe they're stopping us. What is this? This is tyranny. I can't believe.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna take the heat from Scion as an assist.
Yeah.
All right. Consort, risky, standard effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I think there's a good chance that you might be able to at least sway their heart on some information here. They're being pushed to do stuff as much as anyone else, so it depends on your role. If it's totally terrible, they might be like, STFU, it is the law. Oh no, they're very inevitable.
There's a 6 there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's some whoever's on comms on their vessel is a fairly sympathetic. It's just like it sounds like maybe a young guy who's on his first post, and maybe he had visions of doing meaningful work, but has gotten stuck on some like shit post, and it's just like, look, he leans in and he's like, we'll try and get you through the gate as fast as we can. We've got some bigwig on board, and they're looking for someone in this big convoy, and your ship just got flagged. Like, don't take it too seriously if I'm not seeing, like, he's like, I'm running comms, which is scanners as well, which in the ship system, and he's just like, I'm not seeing any explosives or anything weird on your ship. It should be pretty routine.
He was the guy who said, yeah, they should go through, and then somebody else tapped him on the shoulder and said no.
His like the captain of this little tiny vessel, but like there's a difference between like the captain of a battle cruiser responsible for the lives of many. This is basically like a glorified tariff picker, right? Like it's the captain of this vessel isn't someone who has like strong military recognition or something like that. They're just like someone that's doing their job, like or they might be someone that was wounded in the Iota fighting and is currently on vacation just collecting tariffs or whatever.
So at least according to most of the people, or the captain of this ship, they don't know the gig is up. It doesn't sound like. I have another question for you, Josh. Is he lying to me? Because at this point, I would know. I have the player move.
Good to know for the future. But this person is definitely not. They're what they've get, like, essentially they're hearing a similar kind of argument over there. Like as in there's like noises where like the captain's like, really, you want me to? It's like, do you know who I am? It's like, all right, like it doesn't sound like the Legion is like, they don't have their heart and soul in it, and they don't really understand. They're just like the person was just like, this ship, that one, bring them to me. And they're like, well, you're noble, so we have to do the thing because you've got rank and status, and monarchies are awful. Let's just go with that. So
awesome. So I think I basically, like, I reply back in kind. I'm like, all right, if that's what we gotta do, all right, we'll lock. Tell us, give us the coordinates, and we'll be there in a couple minutes. This whole jump drive is kind of finicky. I gotta wind it down. We thought we were about to go, so I try to like BS a little bit as to why it would take longer.
I definitely jump in and be like, do you know how rickety these engines are? They could go at any moment. They could start, they could stop. We don't have time for this.
There are star yards actually in the direction that you're headed. So that story is not entirely implausible. So yeah, I think this is going to be a routine kind of thing where they like pull up alongside, they run an umbilical between the two ships, or maybe run a shuttle over. Actually, I think it's an umbilical because their ship is just not big enough to have a bunch of shuttles. There is a bigger ship closer to the gate that some shuttles are coming in and off of, but they're basically like a glorified patrol craft. It's like somebody pulling alongside an airplane in like a fairly big van with like some equipment and stuff in the back. They're not like...
So the bigger ship is still not like a battle cruiser.
No, they have weapons, and there's like two of them, but like they're not like... No, a battle cruiser is basically the kind of ship that is only designed for war, and the size differential is massive, right?
Yeah.
So like a ship of your ilk is akin to an airplane, I would like to say. Like, it's bigger than a car, but it's not like the size of New Zealand. It's like it's big, but a battle cruiser is actually the size of a battle cruiser. Like compared to that, like it's easily 10 to 50 times the length. It's got way more like equipment, engines, power, and so on. A battle cruiser can take on hundreds of smaller ships at a time. Like, because the way that you look at this is there's a magnitude chart, and you can actually look at the scale differential. It takes something like 100 small ships to attack a battle cruiser. Like, it's a significant vessel. So yeah, go on. You folks have time to set up a plan or shenanigans.
Yeah.
So like at this point, my player facing, we know that they stopped us for me, but character wise, we don't actually know. So like,
so you can come up with whatever plan, or we can deal with it in flashbacks. I would like to remind everybody that according to the rules in Scum and Villainy, we assume that you are clever, capable individuals that know your jobs at crime. So it would not be, I don't feel like I'm showing my hand to the audience, obviously, when I'm demonstrating that, but I'm also not going to pretend like we could easily say, okay, so we had a conversation. We're like, what the heck could they be pulling us over for? I can't possibly imagine. And it's like, well, do you think that they, detected a laundry? And it's like, nah, that comms officer wasn't lying to me. And, they are the ones that are running scans. So it's like, so what could it be? And then a light bulb can go off in your head. I don't care. If you want to not have that light bulb and role play that, that's fine. But if you want to have that light bulb, I don't think it's impossible.
I think it's funner if we aim at the obvious targets, like you and me, right? Like, well, and
who's scared of running from the law?
And Dipper.
Yeah, like we've got a lot of heat on this ship.
Let's talk about Dipper. Dipper hasn't been wiped in a while, but that's not the kind of thing that you can notice without a Guild of Engineer member on board.
Right.
And you generally need to be like close. Like they're not going to notice that from orbit. They're not going to be like, scan this planet for all Urbots that haven't been wiped in the last 5 years. Like, that's not a thing they can do. Right. So Dipper is probably not, may become the target once they get close. They're like, what do you mean you have 2 cores? But like, is not a target right now. Samara, I don't know. Samara's a pirate. Could be.
I feel like Samara's probably using the alias that she's got that has the least heat. So she's probably the least suspicious of the.
So I think Whisper's looking at Sign and being like, it's you and me. I'm already piloting this ship. I can't disappear. But and he kind of grabs, he's like, takes off his glasses, kind of squints a little bit. He like looks down underneath a seat and pulls out like one of Ula's caps, Okay, all right.
Dang.
And then he's
I'll be
like,
really
Face
impressed
trucker
if Sean
whisper.
pulls out a thing and like shaves his beard.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, Josh. I feel like, yeah, we're talking about this, and I'm like, I gotta hide. I gotta disguise myself. Maybe we should switch you with somebody in the pod. And then, yeah, I mean, Josh, I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna go into in like our little bathroom where we have like, you know, like in
Crew
like,
quarters. You have individual bathrooms now.
yeah,
BT
exactly.
dubs.
So I'm imagining this is like the little bathroom in like this in Serenity, right? Where it's like it kind of folds out like a little thing, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh man, Starbeam, you always said this was scratchy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe this! I was kidding!
Yeah, it's gotta go. It's gotta go.
I think we should stop now. I think that's the right amount of shaving for convincing.
Anywho, we'll be back in a moment, folks. Sorry for the early break, but I gotta finish this up. Anywho, that's what Whisper's up to.